Good evening, Blues. Everton victorious tonight against Burnley. I'm Stevie, your host, taking you through the post-match reaction. Obviously, a big home victory after some very mediocre results at home, but back-to-back wins for the Blues, and one that should put a smile on everyone's face going home tonight. Yes, Burnley do look like a side that maybe have already resigned themselves to relegation. But still, Everton had to find a way through, and they did that with 2 goals from Tarkovski in the first half and from Drewsberry-Hall in the second. For those of you just joined me, keep the comments rolling in straight after the whistle. I'm wondering if you've got anything to complain about tonight. Perhaps you wanted to see a little bit more from some of the players who came on, or maybe you wanted Everton to score 3 or 4 in this game. Whatever, it's a bit freaky to see Everton with a routine 2-0 comfortable victory after a season where the home form has been really left to be desired. Thanks for joining us on the stream. We have a new member, Mr. Toffees. Hello, and welcome back. And of course, all the regulars here. You're probably wondering where I am. I mean, most of the time I'm at home watching Everton. But today I decided to stay away, and guess what? We won away. We won at home. So perhaps this is something that I will continue to do, watching it from the comfort of my home. And it's so typical. So lots to go through. We've obviously got the game. There were some very good performances, weren't there, from the side today? And we'll also be looking to cross over to the Hill Dickinson. In fact, I'm going to, before we cross over to the HD Stadium, I've managed to unearth my younger brother Basil from the in-between part of his Part 3 architecture studies to try and celebrate this game. Couldn't resist it, could you? A home victory, a routine one. What was up with Everton tonight?
Everton played un-Everton-like, didn't they? It was kind of a routine win, dominated the game. Just looked fully in control. I don't want to obviously be negative because it's all positive, but that side of Burnley's must have been the worst I've seen us play this season. But Everton just did everything well. I mean, there was an odd lapse of giving the ball away, but 98% of the time, Everton were just dominant. They were just first to the ball. If they lost the ball, they chased it back. When they had the ball, they played penetrative passes. They played forward when they could. All the front line looked sharp. The midfield 3 were excellent. They had so much energy, getting everywhere, interchanging. So Everton just, they didn't disappoint tonight. They had what was in front of them, this Burnley side. It makes you think how we didn't beat them at Turf Moor when we could only draw 0-0. But yeah, Everton really good today. Really happy with that. That will appease a lot of the supporters as well, who have been so frustrated, you and me included, at our what we got back for our season ticket money in recent weeks. But that was something to give to the Everton fans tonight. And I think they knew they have a bit of a break now, so they had to go full steam in that, and they played with all their energy and all their passion.
Yeah, spot on, David. I mean, it makes you think, well, why did we not turn up like this in other games? But of course, we are playing a side where they do look, as I said before, you came on, somewhat resigned to the inevitable relegation. And you may be right in saying that they are the worst side that have come to the Hill Dickinson. They just didn't offer anything today. my 6-year-old, JJ was watching it with me, and he's saying, "Is Pickford going to come out?" Basically, he was concerned that Pickford was bored, and I think that's always a good sign. We haven't seen anything even remotely like this season, where Everton have kind of dominated possession, dominated the ball, and the other side haven't done anything. In every game, the other side have always had chances. The biggest chance that came actually right at the end, even after the 96th minute, actually, where Pickford seems inspired for. Nothing can get past him at the moment, touch wood. If he plays like that, England have got a very good chance in the World Cup. He seems to be able to save everything at the moment. And that really was the only chance that I really remember Burnley having right at the end. It took right to the end. But of course, Everton now will go on and play Arsenal away, which will be a stern test despite our away form. There are other games going on right now. Bournemouth and Brentford are goalless. Everton, of course, victorious today in the 7:30 game. Leeds are trailing at home to Sunderland, and the Liverpool match is currently goalless, where Wolverhampton Wanderers will be. As they keep that going, I'm wondering if they may be able to take a point. But, it's all about Everton today. And, of course, there haven't been many games where we have come on and felt stressed, aggravated. I'm looking at this now, Dave, and I'm thinking, well, who do you single out? I mean, there were definitely some good performances, but collectively Everton was strong. But how much of this was Everton? How much of it was Burnley leaving the gaps, which appeared as soon as Everton made the breakthrough?
Yeah, it's hard to pinpoint, but Everton really, I do feel like they did play well. As much as Burnley were poor, Everton really did take advantage of it, and it did take them a bit of time to get going and to really find opportunities, because they huffed and puffed a bit for 30 minutes in terms of they really dominated the ball, but didn't really know how to penetrate Burnley. And I think Beto struggled to get support around the box, so when we were putting in early crosses, it was quite hard to actually convert one. I think our main chance creation was from the set pieces, because we get numbers in the box. We got the two centre backs who are real big threats, and that's obviously where the first goal came from. And it's the first goal that kind of unlocks that Burnley defence and allows us to keep playing with that level of tempo and aggression, and eventually get the second goal. But I think Burnley, I don't know, they just didn't seem to quite have the fight in there that I was expecting, especially with the 3-3 fight back. But maybe they were just knocked out. They have got a lot of injuries at the moment, Burnley. So yeah, that's probably played a part. But don't know what's happened to Steve. He's just dropped out a second. But yeah, Everton really just capitalised on it. Yeah. What do you want to go through?
Well, I want to pick up. A lot of people have been on Moises back at home, and yet again he plays Garner in midfield, and you're thinking about this, and you're thinking Branthwaite at right back, and we've seen this before. Yet something was different, and was it the fact that we'd gone, and it's a massive confidence boost if you go to St James's Park and you score 3 goals and you make a worldly save and you come away with the 3 points and your away form's good. What was it today? Was it a point to prove? Was it just the continuity of the starting lineup, or was it the Newcastle victory? What do you put it down to?
A bit of all of that, actually. I think Everton came out like as a continuation of what they were doing at Newcastle, in terms of that last 20 minutes where they conceded the goal against Newcastle at 2-2, and then they just really like stepped on a gear and made sure they got the goal back to win that game, and they played with a level of aggression. And I think Everton came out today with that same momentum, obviously with the save at the end and everything. So they obviously had the confidence there, playing the same 11. You can dispute that all you like. I would prefer to have a right back, but it's obvious we don't really have the right options there. But Everton just started quite well. But I mean, they have done it at home in some games. It's just that the game's gone against them. Burnley didn't have the quality to punish Everton. They had they showed moments where one or two on the counter attack where Everton didn't leave many men back. There was one particular one in the first half where we left about as fewer men as we did against Man U, and we conceded the goal. And I was worried about that, but Burnley just didn't have the quality to actually punish us in those very minuscule moments.
I'm alive, honestly.
I'm just going to cross over to the car, in fact, outside the Hill Dickinson Stadium, probably somewhere on Dublin Street, trying to come out. I don't know how near they've managed to park. Perhaps closer to the goal than Burnley managed today. I can't wipe the smile off him, and it's the Follow Everton founder alongside Mabsy in the background. You can hear Ryan. Everton with a routine, finally a routine win. Very little to complain about. Have you got any thoughts coming out of the game?
Well, to be honest with you, I didn't think it was much different to the Man United game. They didn't get in our half and didn't test us, and we lost through, a breakaway. Today, there were moments where we've made really bad passes, and we were like a moment away from kind of letting them do something. I don't know why. It happened a lot, to be honest. But I also felt like we were very close. If we were just a little bit more careful in the final third, we could have turned them over 3, 4, 5-0. But look, we got 2-0 win. We've won 2 and a bounce, and look, Europe's very much on now. I think we had to win this game because I think some of the other fixtures look really difficult. Wasn't the most enjoyable game, but I would say it went fairly quickly, and I would have just liked maybe a little bit. Look, any type of win, given what we've seen this season, is a great win.
Yeah, you couldn't buy a win.
Enjoyable to watch on TV,
and it was so typical that we didn't go and to this one game where it's so comfortable.
Don't go down next time.
I think Everton have really struggled at times when they've had to take the impetus to the opposition. We spoke before, Basil and I, about how Burnley where they were very poor, almost resigned to relegation, opening the gaps. Not great.
Yeah,
we're trying to work out how much of it was Everton being, it was just the swagger that Everton had today versus the Burnley.
Felt it, Burnley.
The Burnley pedestrian approach that they had. I mean, they just didn't look like they wanted to get anywhere near Pickford's goal. Or they were out of energy.
Burnley
Maybe
didn't.
They gave
but
everything.
Burnley, I don't know who Burnley was.
4-3 defeat.
Burnley
It
nil.
must be demoralising for them.
Yeah, Burnley.
Yeah, sorry, just editing. I've changed it. I'm changing it.
Yeah. It's changed back. It was Burnley. Now it's Burnley.
No, it was Burnley. I've changed it to Burnley.
In an effort to get on the stream as quickly as possible after the whistle. I barely saw the Pickford right-hand save. Did you manage to catch that save at the end? Another great save from Pickford.
What, you joking me?
No, yeah, he did. Honestly, yeah.
From Forsola.
Don't tell me you left early.
Because Dad's walking slow. We did leave on 92 minutes. Why? What happened?
Okay, so you missed another world-class save from Pickford.
You're joking. We let them through.
Forsola? Is it Forsola?
They did.
We let them through.
Yeah, once we made the substitutes.
Best chance of the game.
We lost
a
bit
the
of
best
control.
chance of the game. It fell to them right at the end. Literally, it's already gone over the 96 minutes, and Foster basically he has a chance. He's like point blank. He's within 6 yards of the goal. Pickford steps out his right hand. The reactions of a cat, said one of our followers.
He's a VIP, Stevie. James Graham is a VIP member.
Yeah.
Thank you, James.
Thanks, James. So I think the Pickford's obviously is just full of confidence. But you can't comment on that if you haven't seen it. But what I would like you to comment on is Beto. The strikers in general have been poor at home. Beto's performance today looked like he really had a point to prove.
He did, but I think he should be eating defenders like Burnley's on toast, and I think he should be coming away with a hatful of goals. But some of the balls into the box were quite nice. He was down the other end, I've got to be honest. I mean, there was a cross from McNeil. There was some of the keeper. Oh, Mr. Toffees is a VIP as well. That's great. There's quite a few VIPs in the comments. Great to see you. Did he get any chances to really score? It looked like some of the passes were a little bit away from him.
Not particularly. No, nothing clear
Not
cut. I
really.
mean, the
I'm
one that
thinking
you're
about
referring
Beto.
to from McNeil is McNeil did really well down the line on the left hand side, but he cuts it back. Beto didn't really know where he was going to be. It was like he was caught in two minds. I think McNeil, if he had the slight better angle, probably could have whacked it with his left foot. But yeah, Beto's
Yeah. What did you guys think of
old,
McNeil, by the way? Or come to that in a moment.
Can't fault it.
McNeil was brilliant.
I thought
Yeah.
McNeil was excellent today. I know lots of people not wanted him, and obviously the Palace move was lightly. I just don't see why they would get on his back so early when he was our best player like 2 years ago. Yes, he's probably lost half a yard in his pace, but today he looked assured. Maybe that was because he was with two players in Ndai and Drewsberry-Hall who probably helped bring out the best of him. Plus, Garner was inspired, and Garner. I mean, to be honest, the whole midfield were outstanding. The whole team were great today, but I'm trying to weigh it up. With this team, I mean, the test is going to be against Arsenal, because that will really give us an idea about where they're up to. But McNeil's ability to retain possession, link up with the other midfielders was really impressive. A lot of people have said he had a good game. I think Moyes was nice in that he gave all the players who had a good game a good ovation and swapped them round. David, did you have any thoughts about McNeil's play today?
Yeah, he barely put a foot wrong, to be honest. I mean, considering the pressure that's been on
couple
McNeil,
of passes.
A couple of passes, yes, but considering the fact he's playing a right wing, which is we know is not really his favoured position, we know he's a bit one-dimensional. I thought he dealt with it really well, and he virtually didn't give the ball away, just one or two, but he stepped inside. It was a few really nice mazy dribbles. I thought he looked much more promising than he has in other games, which is it's a good sign to see, because we need that with Grealish out and relying on Ndai week in, week out. We need more players to step up. I'd like to see Tyreek George get a little bit more minutes, because he does look like a bit of a threat, with his pace and his directness. But Neil played well today.
Yeah, I've just put up the lineups actually, just to remind ourselves. I mean, you can't really fault any of them, can you, Ryan?
I thought McNeil's starting position at times was a little bit too deep, and some of the players like Jake O'Brien and James Garner were telling him to get forward a little bit. There were a couple of moments where he'd overhit crosses or he paid a wrong pass. It was one near the end before he got subbed off where he could just run at him and drop his shoulder and shoot, but kind of just passes the ball at play. But that said, I just think there's obviously some problems with him. But I thought today he was as good as anyone on the pitch. And Jai was full of energy. Idrissa Gana Gueye was trying to make things happen, making good runs. I think the one where he passed it to Njai for the goal, which was offside, I think he should just shoot. The backing off him. He's close to the goal. He should just slot it into the corner. But we are the other end. I think Everton tried to play a back three in possession. So Jake O'Brien at times would make it a back three. And yeah, I thought possibly we could have done with maybe one more creative player, but someone who was a bit more direct, because we were playing a play between the lines a lot. The second half, I did like a lot of those passes behind the midfield, between the lines, and maybe screaming out for someone who could run 1v1, especially with a lack of attacking fullbacks. I just want to make a comment about Drewsberry-Hall. Just really love Drewsberry-Hall's performance again today. We're almost so close from just nicking a ball off them and running up the other end and punishing them. It didn't just quite come off. But who assisted his goal?
Drewsberry-Hall. It was Ndai. It was a brilliant.
Good, made up.
Yeah. Look, it was a brilliant build-up. I know. I appreciate you don't get an awful lot. Certainly from certain angles, you don't get to see what's going on. Just some breaking news. Which we have actually had from the flash, is that Wolves have taken the lead against Liverpool. But anyway, going back to the Everton game. Going back to the Everton game, yeah, it was a brilliant second goal. Look, there's a number of chances. Let's go through them. First half, Everton, maybe expected to have possession, did have a lot of it, and it's not something we're accustomed to. We have an average of 43% possession this season. In the first half, I haven't got the stats, but it felt like it was more like 60, maybe more. And we had to do things with the ball. We weren't that quick, were we? But we did create chances. The goal came from Tarkovski from the cross. We also had the Branthwaite header as well from a Ghana free kick. But I felt that Everton probably were going to go downhill in the second half, and it was the opposite. We came out, and it's almost like Moyes asked them to step up a gear, to push on more. And obviously the holes opened up because Burnley did have to come into the game to try and score.
Burnley have got to win football matches.
Yeah, there was the offside goal. Another Drewsberry-Hall, I think, Basil. That offside goal was... Oh, no, it was an Undai.
It was Undai. It was a great finish. It was a great finish.
Of course, the Drewsberry-Hall goal was brilliant. There was the Ghana shot after he won the possession back, which was one of the moments of the match. Wins the ball back high up the pitch. Not content with that little piece of work. Brilliant strike, which hits the kind of frame of the upright. So look, there were chances in the game. It is disappointing that we don't put sides away 3 or 4, but we don't need to. If we can win our games 2-0, I think we're all more content. Not sure if we've lost Ryan. I know Signal can be a bit patchy. Dave, I just want to ask you a little bit about Undai. I mean, he hasn't had a number of games where he's been a little bit below standard, and all of a sudden, I think today he looked brilliant again.
Yeah, he looked good, but he looked good against Newcastle as well. So I wasn't surprised by his performance today, but he was all over the park, wasn't he? Drifting in pockets, drifting inside, picks up on the right, picks up on the left. Like, he was just everywhere, and his touch and his ball quality, ability to just roll the ball and do something slightly skillful and unexpected just creates that bit of space to unlock a player such as Drewsberry-Hall for the goal, or Ghana he kept linking up with. They had about 10 1-2s at once, all in one move with the Senegal connection. But he looked good. He had a shot blocked in the first half, and he was sort of centrally positioned. He didn't have too many sniffs at goal. Just the goal that he nearly got, if it hadn't have been offside, it was a calm finish. So there's a lot to like, isn't there, about him? And imagine if we had Grealish in there. I mean, you know, McNeil had a good game, but if we had Undai on the right and Grealish today, I think they would have just torn them apart, because I think he would have just unlocked things. The concern is like how we would have unlocked them if we hadn't have scored from set piece, because it was looking like we dominated the ball, and we dominated it, getting the ball back within like 5 seconds of giving it away. But then how do you break down this stubborn back line? That was the question for me in the first 20 to 30 minutes.
You're spot on, and it was a little bit boring at times, because you did sense that how are we going to break them down? And for me, you've hit an aspect of the game that we probably don't need to dwell on, but it was certainly the early part of the game where in the first half an hour, you're thinking, are they just going to hold on for a goalless draw here? And are we even going to find a way through? Because we'd only scored something like 7 goals in open play all season at home. I think it's one of the worst open play.
Yeah.
Obviously, we've added 1 more to it today. But it's really, really poor. And you're thinking, are we going to find a breakthrough? So then we do rely on the set piece. And of course, it did come that way. It was a nice header from Tarkovski. He looked absolutely smitten with that.
Yeah, there's no crime in relying off the set piece, but yeah, you look at Arsenal; they're at the top of the league, and they score most weeks from corners. But you know, you can't be overly reliant on it. You've got to have some conviction in other areas. Otherwise, teams will just won't show you. You know, they'll just steamroller through. You know, and you're never going to score. But I think that the promising thing is second half, when we scored the goal, it was a really good move. Now, whether that space would have been there had we not been 1-up is a different question. But the move that we had played was from all 4 of our attackers interchanging it. It started with McNeil on the right. He cuts inside. I think he plays it into Actually, it starts with Beto's hold-up play. I think he plays it into McNeil. McNeil, really good control, flicks it over, gets it down, slides it into Undai, and Undai is just like knocks it in with the outside of his foot with the right weight into Drewsberry-Hall, who loves getting in those channels on the left side. And once he's in there, you're just like, no doubt he's gonna just find the target there. There's the calm, lifted finish. It was really good to see those four players linking up together and getting that goal in open play and prove they can do it.
Yes, and I'm wondering if actually having McNeil in there just works, or maybe it's just a formula thing. Something has just clicked with this lineup, this particular lineup at this moment, and it's hard to see that he will change it for Arsenal away unless there are injuries. Just to break up and say, obviously Liverpool are now level with the Mo Salah goal. Currently, they sit 5th. Everton are 8th. There are games in progress, and there are games tomorrow and Thursday. I think Palace, Tottenham. So Everton currently are on 43 points, which is a pretty good haul for this point of the season.
Yeah.
Obviously means we're very safe, and also means that we can kick on. But there is that kind of aspect where, Palace sitting 14th on 35 points. I think Everton have now developed a bit of a gap from them. Obviously, they do have a game in hand. I'll get the table up actually in a minute. But yeah, basically, we're in a comfortable position now where we're debating about what identity is for the season, and everyone's talking about Europe. And you just wonder if we'd had a little bit better home form, it would be more than on the cards right now, because we've dropped so many points at home that we shouldn't have, and that's what's really disappointing. This is very much an in-play. I'm going to take this comment off.
Yeah,
so very much an in-play table. So don't take it exactly literally, but it's pretty much there or thereabouts. So what I mean is, obviously from Newcastle, there's a 6-point gap, but Everton are looking up.
Yeah, it's in our hands in some regards, because we still got to go to Brentford away, so the chance to go above them should be there if we can maintain this level of form. But we've got some real tough fixtures coming up with Arsenal, Chelsea, Liverpool, City. So we have got 9 games left. Hang on, how many have we played? Yeah, got 9 games left, but quite a few tough games in there still. So
we've won games I might not have expected us to win, and plenty at home we've dropped. I feel that probably on balance we should be on about 49 points. January was a nightmare, and I think there were lots of points that were dropped at home over the course of the season. Ones that maybe we could have turned into victories and so on. But
maybe there was a few passive ones, like I think West Ham and I think Bournemouth. We were leading the game. That's an obvious one we could have tried to get 3 points from, but there's been also really poor games where I can't think of, like Newcastle, Tottenham, Brentford. We were shocking in all 3 games. Can't deserve anything from those. But Man U, Bournemouth, and West Ham, we could have done better. And even Villa, I think they were in poor form, and they still got a draw out of us at that moment. So yeah, we have had chances, but there's no point really dwelling on it, is it? Because we're still in and around it, and there's 9 games left. So it's like 27 points to play for. Not sure how many of those are home games versus away, but I hope.
We can get that stat in a minute. Obviously, we were reacting live after the whistle, so we're just trying to get the reaction in as quickly as possible. Many of you who might be watching this back or are in the pub right now and maybe watching this back later, and everyone should celebrate tonight. It's another midweek game. There were lots of people that couldn't make it. A few empty seats, of course.
It looked like
people asking about Corey and Jan and so on. Many of us were at the game today. It's just so happened that myself and David weren't at the game. So Corey was in my seat. So yeah, they'll see you again, and of course everyone will be celebrating this win today. Let's see what's going on in that other match.
Amanda just given us a donation. Thank you very much, Amanda.
Thank you so much. They're in injury time at Molineux. It looks like we're just waiting for the ref to give Liverpool a penalty or something like that. Yeah, obviously this is a big game now against Arsenal because it has a say on the title race, it has a say on our season, and it shows the yardstick of where we are in relative terms. We'll definitely be previewing that. Thanks, Amanda, again. Europe very much is on the cards, especially if you go to John Lennon Airport and buy a Ryanair flight. But yeah, I think Everton have got a really good chance of finishing in the top 8. 6, I think, would flatter us. Chelsea, we still play them at home. We still play Liverpool at home as well. Big games these. City at home, Arsenal away. So lots of sides above us still to play. If you just joined us, obviously celebrating Everton's 2-0 victory tonight at the Hill Dickinson, where Basil and I didn't go and Everton have won for a change. So we might be reflecting on the 9-hour plus round trip that goes into going to watch Everton and whether it's worth. What would you rather have? Would you rather stay at home and see us win, or go there and freeze and be miserable?
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed watching it today, even though I wasn't at the game, and actually Everton looking dangerous and looking like they would win the game, and they did. And yeah, we weren't at the game, but it's not quite the same for me yet. It's not like I don't feel like I'm missing it in the same way as I'm missing a Goodison game, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But I used to really not enjoy missing Goodison games, especially I went to 5 seasons without really missing a game. But recent years I haven't got to as many, but I'm still get to quite a few. So hopefully get to another
at least,
few.
The main thing is that when Moyes took over, Everton were a point above the relegation zone, looking very flat. We'd come on the back of years of mediocrity and relegation fights. Now we're talking about Europe and how 3 more wins we'd be third, and so on. We can just relax a little bit and try and enjoy this moment. All right, we've only beat Burnley, but you still can only beat the sides that are in front of us. Newcastle away was a good victory. The Fulham one was a good comeback win. All right, it wasn't great against United, but we did play quite well in that second half, and we were very unlucky not to come away with something. So I think that people are getting on Moyes back. It is a little bit unfair, and I think, adding to that squad in the summer will put us in good stead. If we were to get into Europe with this squad, we might be a bit stretched. And perhaps the fact that we're not in a cup is actually helping our league form somewhat, although it has been up and down. If you just joined us, thanks so much for joining us after the whistle.
Breaking news, if you look at Eugene's comment, there might be a goal.
Oh, I feel like a celebration. Andre, Kanchelskis was always one of my favorite players.
Where are we at in that game?
Are they going to disallow that? So Wolves 2, Liverpool 1.
20.6. 20. Sorry, it's 90 plus 6 on the clock there.
Yeah, well, they just keep playing. I thought it might be the opposite if there was going to be. If it does stay like that, that drops Liverpool only down by a point to 48, but it means the gaps between the sides just 5 points because Everton played Liverpool at home. It's scheduled, I think, for the 18th of April. Off the top of my head, it's almost inevitable that it's going to get moved to the Saturday at 12:30. It may get moved to the Sunday, but I think we're going to find that out tomorrow. Perhaps it's already been announced. No, tomorrow the 4th. Just checking the calendar there. Yeah.
Who was the match?
Man of the match. I think officially Keown gave it to Drewsberry-Hall. Although I was too busy getting myself prepared for this. I think a lot of people are now getting really excited about the fact that Wolves have just scored. I mean, this is not just a victory if Wolves win. They are bottom of the league by some distance. They're 9 points from safety, and if they win, they're 9 points from safety. So yeah, that would kind of round off a very nice night. They are in 90 plus 7 at the moment. So we'll see what happens there. But yeah, could be a good match today, tomorrow. And obviously, we haven't got a lot to complain about tonight, which is why we're sort of going around various different topics. But I think overall, I mean, you've got to be satisfied with that. What did you make of the kickoff? I mean, I just don't know whether Martin Keown's been watching Everton, but we do this every game. Calvert-Lewin, sorry, I didn't want to curse there, but Drewsberry-Hall, they've got double-barrel surnames, of course. He basically does a rugby-style flick up and then knocks it down the pitch. What do you make of that?
Was it not Garner? I didn't see who kicked it.
No, I think it's Drewsberry-Hall. Pretty sure it's Drewsberry-Hall.
Yeah,
It's happened every game so far, and it's a
Well,
cheeky start.
certainly the last 5 or 6 games I can recall them doing it, but Van yeah, get in. Yeah, I don't mind it, Steve. I mean, usually we go back to Pickford and then he launches it like a straight ball. Actually, there's some advantage, isn't there, to kind of just lifting it up with a lot of pace immediately, not going back in, just get the ball as high as you can, as far away as you can, and putting a challenge and try and win that second ball. Because if that ball drops in around the centre backs, you're sort of around the box then, and it's really hard to defend that, isn't it? Because
I wouldn't want someone starting the game like that against us.
Yeah,
I'm all
we've seen
for that bit of creativity.
Arsenal.
He looks inspired at the moment. He's playing some really great football under Moyes. The Liverpool game is a 9th minute of added time.
Yeah,
of course, policy means that they just play until they get.
Teams have
Liverpool have had 66% of that game.
Some teams ping the ball right into the opposite corner, deliberately just kick it out for a throw-in off the kickoff. I mean, what do you prefer, or would you prefer just to get the ball down and start playing?
No, I'm quite for this. It's quite creative. I like it. I just think that it's interesting that nobody else has really done that. I haven't really seen anyone else do that. Just having a look through the stats, Everton with 55% of the ball, so that's more than our 43% average. It felt like more than that. I don't know whether that's because we look through blue tinted lenses. 14 shots on goal for Everton, 5 for Burnley. It didn't feel like they had any. 2 on target for them, 5 for us.
Because if you look at the stats, like if they had a stat for the amount of time the ball was in our possession as opposed to theirs, not the numbers, but time, I think we'd have a higher percentage because we'd give it away to them a lot, and then that would go as a possession to them, but then we'd get it back 3 seconds later. So it's probably
dribble and then
yeah.
I once met somebody who knew how it worked at Opta, and I'm sure AI is involved now, but it literally was a space bar. You just tap a space bar when they've got that at the time. We are waiting for the result from the
it's full time at the Molyneux, I believe.
It is. Indeed it is. Indeed it is. And this is not supposed to be the follow RS stream, but I just cannot help myself.
If you've never felt more like singing the blues when Everton win and Liverpool lose, oh, Everton, you got me singing the blues.
I cannot help myself with this.
Right,
it doesn't happen a lot, especially when we're live. I mean, it just doesn't, because either they're playing at the same time and we haven't reacted yet, or so and so on, or it just doesn't happen. But yeah, Wolves, massive win for them. Love to find out more about this game. The fact that they are bottom of the table and have scored an injury time winner against Mo Salah's Liverpool. Let's see what Ryan says. Maybe coming back on.
We are.
That.
There he is.
Yeah.
He's home already.
Yes. Yeah.
Right, we'll go back to this, but just couldn't help that.
Does anyone think Wolves could escape this relegation?
No.
They need 3 to 4 wins out of 8, and they might get into 17th.
How many points have they got?
They've got 14 or something like that. But West Ham have only got 25 in. Hang on, 27. Forest. It's too much, isn't it?
No, they're not going to win. They can't stay up. Impossible.
Their form has come in, but it's too late.
Yeah, it's too little, too late. Same for Burnley. They look resigned. Very poor side today. Everton faced, so we shouldn't really get so carried away. And the test will be next Saturday at 5:30.
Saturday.
The reason why we don't play this weekend, of course, is that we're already dumped out the FA Cup, which we shouldn't be happy about, because we actually had the makings of a good cup side this season, but wasn't to be. So at least we can focus on the league form. And Ryan, I just want to touch a little bit about the atmosphere. I mean, it sort of follows a pattern from my point of view. Everyone's up for it at the beginning. You hear a bit of singing, and then it goes a bit flat. Obviously, then you rely on the performance. Everton won the ball back quite quickly. That kind of got the fans on side. What did you make of the atmosphere today?
It was okay. There was a lot of empty seats, but apparently the attendance was nearly 52,000. So I think the fans did try. And certainly in this game and against Man United, it was better than it had been in previous matches.
There looked to be hundreds of empty seats from the TV cameras all over. So I find that
we'll need them in the Europa Conference League. Yeah, the atmosphere is okay. I think the ground is getting better. Apart from the turnstile to actually get in. So there's like the dock wall trying to get in through there. There's like terrible crowds. I don't know what that's all about. And I posted a tweet and I got absolutely hammered by half of the people going, stop moaning, unfollowed. And then the other half are like, yeah, it's ridiculous. Because it's not even a queue to get in the ground. It's a queue to get in the footprint of the stadium. Yeah. And then I swear those metal detectors are just fake. I think they're just not real. Like I've never actually seen you. No one's pulled me over. I've got keys in my pocket. Oh, so are you telling me my keys aren't metal now? They're made of plastic. I mean, they must be fake. Because they'd be pulling everyone over left, right, and centre, wouldn't they?
Staggering thing is those narrow entry point that you're referring to. We didn't have any.
All three of us are from L18, so you can F off.
I think it's a cop-out.
What are we talking about? It's sad that we're showing that comment, you mean?
The gate to get in, it was fine for the first 10 games of the season. But suddenly, from the Sunderland game in the FA Cup, it's just been rammed full every single time to get in, even half an hour before the kickoff. It just make no sense.
Yeah, you should be paying us to come in. Never mind.
Yeah, I mean, look, today, I just think a lot of people just didn't fancy it. I mean, we've kept playing, sides that, at least on paper, we should be beating, and it's becoming a bit of a sorry record. I mean, before this game, Ryan, we'd only scored 7 goals in open play at home.
Can I block this guy?
Which one?
I mean, he hasn't said anything offensive, but
no, it's just can't be asked.
Right. Anyway,
support your local clubs.
On that note, support your. Yeah, thank you very much.
Born and bred Scouser kid. Just because I don't speak like this fella, don't mean I'm no Scouser lad.
Yes, I was born in Fazakerley Hospital. In fact, we might all.
I don't even think that's in Liverpool, isn't it? I think that's on the back. I think that's on the outskirts. Yeah, but that might have just proved his point. Fazakerley Hospital. Jasmine, can you find out where Fazakerley Hospital is? Just for the sake of this. Fazak. Was I born in the women's?
It's an Aintree.
It's an Aintree.
I think you were born in Fazakerley.
We don't know where we're born.
It's
basically.
I don't know.
We don't know we're born just because Everton have won.
Funny.
As we risk going off on a tangent, which we often do.
I've never felt more like singing the blues when Everton win, Liverpool lose. So Everton, you got me singing the blues. Do 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 do. Oh. There will be people who stayed behind inside Bramley Moor to watch that match on the screens or in local, and it'd be bouncing.
Yeah, in the bars.
Yeah, a lot of people.
That's my
have tried to
second
get
win
out
all year,
because-
by the way. It's March. I've paid
think-
£450 a win.
I think I've only seen 2 as well, Ryan, at home, or 3, maybe 3 at a push. Did we beat Fulham?
Not,
I think
it's not
Those
been
Tottenham,
great.
those games Stevie come back for are so bad. Newcastle, Tottenham, Arsenal, Brentford, Bournemouth. Simple. You forgot it's recency bias.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
Steve forgot about the New Year's Day period ones, and then
No,
decided
I
to
didn't.
make
I
a trip.
mentioned that. I mentioned how January was just diabolical.
horrible.
Really.
We played 3 in a
yeah.
week, didn't we? And lost
There
every
you
single
go.
one.
Exactly, it is in Liverpool officially. There you have it. Everton winning and us not knowing where to point our blames for the lack of whatever. We're kind of forced into this weird position of having to talk about where we were born.
Mr. Toffee's had payday come in. He's paying for a month's.
Thank you very much. for all
Thank
the
you, Toff.
donations, which will all go towards the live streaming fees and Ryan's new Nike tracksuit. I mean, in all seriousness, every single penny that gets donated does go towards helping the channel. And if you do know Evertonians, or quite frankly, any human beings that like to see three
Going
brothers
smaller and
and our additional guests struggle through the topsy-turvy mediocre league form that Everton bring, then please do tell them and get them to join this. I think I don't know whether Ryan's more happy. Yes, I think. I mean, it's basically worse than if Everton had lost to Burnley today.
They're the worst team in. They were the worst team in Premier League history up to then.
Yes, but now I think Derby County are.
Yeah, they've lost that record. My mate Wolves, he's a Wolves fan. He really wanted that record. That's what he told me. They wanted it. He said they want to lose every game. It's an odd.
Thanks, everyone. I know there's a few people that want to drop and catch up with the games that have taken place. Obviously, highlights have come through.
You mean you want to go? That's fine. You can just say
No. There's
bedtime.
genuine people saying that they're going.
Okay.
Leeds lost at home against Sunderland. Everton.
Oh, that's annoying.
Yeah. Bournemouth and Brentford played out a goalless game earlier as well. And then that big one, Wolves, to the last minute. Well, 94.
Are we in 7th?
No, Everton are still 8th, I believe. We had the table up before.
Yeah, like
on 43 points. Watch it back. Basically,
we let a gap. We let a gap develop with
still
Brentford.
very tight. Between Crystal Palace on 35 points in 14th, and
Can we get the table? Can we just have the table very quickly and then wrap it up?
Well, I did have it a second ago. Let me see if I can get it up again. But yeah, I think I took it off because it was also changing. But yeah, what we spoke about, I'll bring up the table. What we spoke about was how we genuinely could push for Europe, but we shouldn't be worrying about where we are, because when Moyes took over, we were a point above the relegation zone. Now we're talking about Europe. It's a massive turnaround. But yeah, there you go. Make of it what you want.
Of the way the table laid out, as if 7th and 8th is Europe, is it?
Not
Is it just? Oh, sorry, it's faint lines.
I guess we don't want to get. Yeah, I don't think we should get ahead of ourselves. Like, I think it's good to be ambitious and stuff.
Sorry, is 8th?
It may well be a conference.
Not at the moment, but there's also 3 teams behind who are only 3 points behind.
We have to play Sunderland and Brentford, and we have to play Chelsea, Liverpool, City,
Yes, we've been
and
through all of this.
Arsenal. We have to play most of that top half.
Yeah,
which it could be a really bad thing because of hard games, or could be a good thing because if you beat them, you're going above them. It depends where you want to finish. For me, it's the Palace. We play Palace, Sunderland, West Ham away, There are some games that we really have to target, and then anything we can get from these others.
Yeah, but if you look at this top half of the table, Everton have picked up points against these sides or have played okay against them, and that's something that Moyes has brought to the table. We were never getting any points against sides
Sorry,
from
Kevin.
top. We were scrapping around. Thank you, everyone who's joining us or joined us. If you're just joining us, you're not going to get us for very long, but watch it back as we ecstatically react to Everton's uncomfortably comfortable victory today. Everton go to Arsenal next game. We'll be previewing it live on Follow Everton. And the kickoff Saturday, so most likely we'll be going live on Thursday, Friday. We'll confirm that on the channel. Do
next week
up the comments. Yes, next week, of course. This week is your weekend off because we're not in the FA Cup. So either watch the games or if you can be bothered. Otherwise, just enjoy a stress-free period where Everton have won back-to-back games, scored 5 goals in 4 days, beat Newcastle and Burnley.
The live chat is so funny,
and also have the additional smug face of looking at what Liverpool have just managed to achieve themselves. They've outdone themselves tonight by losing to
We're having a joke before. We'll end up in Europe during World War III, and they'll draw us with some teams far away we can't go.
Probably on that note, let's not go down the political route. But yeah, there you go. We'll try and, I think before the Arsenal game, we'll try and clarify where Europe, what. I think a lot of it depends on who wins the various cup competitions, as to where the places get pushed down. I mean, last season it was like you get pushed down to 19th, but this season I think there is a good chance that if Everton finish in the top 6, that's Europe. Top 7 maybe, and I don't know about 8th. I think we need to get this all confirmed with our AI and supercomputer, but I'm sure there's permutations. The main thing is that we're taking a freeze frame on the top half of the table. That's not something we've done very often. So there you have it. I think we're going to leave it there, but thanks so much. Thanks, Buzz. Thanks, Ryan. Thanks, everyone. Just with the outros, and then and it's dead cars, in fact. So yeah, Everton victorious with 2 goals to 0 at home today to Burnley this evening. Thanks to everyone who's been watching Follow Everton, and we look forward to seeing you next week where we preview the Blues trip to the Emirates Stadium. So from me, Stevie, from the team at Follow Everton, I'm wishing you all a good night. Up the Toffees.